The presidential campaign trail swings through Chicago tomorrow. Republican nominee Donald Trump is scheduled to appear in front of a group of black journalists.
But the event is already causing some controversy. WGN's political reporter Taman Bradley is here now with more. Taman.
Lourdes and Ben, NABJ has a history of inviting presidential candidates to its annual convention. That's not new. But some journalists feel booking Donald Trump is not appropriate since he has a long history of denigrating black reporters.
For Donald Trump, a most unconventional campaign stop, the National Association of Black Journalists Convention in Chicago. The former president's visit tomorrow has raised eyebrows and divided NABJ members. It's also renewed scrutiny of Trump's treatment of the press, in particular journalists of color. As president, Trump famously slammed CNN's Abby Phillip for asking, quote, stupid questions. He accused NBC's Yamisha Alcindor of asking a racist question, and he called New York Times reporter April Ryan a loser.
Sometimes there is no two sides. There's the truth and there's lies.
Maudlin Ihedjarika, a retired columnist for the Sun-Times and past NABJ Chicago president, called the Trump invite a shock to the system.
He draws a white supremacist audience and following, and this is the type of following that, in inviting him, could infiltrate, be welcomed by this particular candidate to a black journalist convention.
On X, blunt takes from influential journalists. I would like to unwelcome NABJ for surprising Chicago with this Trump news, wrote Morgan Elise Johnson of The Tribe. From April Ryan, the reports of attacks on black women White House correspondents by the then President of the United States are not myth or conjecture, but fact. And one of the convention co-chairs, Karen Attiah, announced she was stepping down. But many see value in the Trump appearance. NABJ President Ken Lemon posted, "We understand the serious work of our members and welcome the opportunity for them to ask tough questions that will provide the truthful answers black Americans want and need to know." In advance of the former president's visit, city officials are stepping up security.
We're going to be prepared as a city if he decides to actually arrive in Chicago to make sure that the nastiness and the iniquitous formation that he brings, that doesn't stain the soul of Chicago.
On the eve of Trump's appearance, his campaign distanced itself from Project 2025, a Heritage Foundation document laying out plans for the next conservative administration. Said the campaign, reports of Project 2025's demise would be greatly welcomed and should serve as notice to anyone or any group trying to misrepresent their influence with President Trump and his campaign. It will not end well for you. On the Democratic side, likely nominee Kamala Harris so far has not accepted an invitation to address NABJ. She's reportedly close to naming a running mate. Per Reuters, she and her pick for VP candidate will hit the trail next week.
Chicago organizers have announced a protest against Trump outside of the NABJ convention. Back in 2016, demonstrators forced Trump to cancel a rally at UIC. So we'll see what tomorrow brings.